Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hate that. Welcome back to my channel. It's the worst video I've ever filmed in my entire life. I don't know how long ago it was now at this point. 2-3 weeks ago, I announced on Instagram that Brian and I are getting a divorce, and I know that it shocked a lot of people. I understand the feeling. At the time that I announced it, I knew that I was going to get floods of questions. That's why I did not immediately come to YouTube and start, even hinting at it. I'm not the kind of person that's going to make videos and start hinting at stuff and then turn it into a freaking series. That's not for me, and that's not what I wanted. What I wanted actually was to keep this entire thing private until it was over, and unfortunately that was taken from me. The actual plan was to not even talk about this until it was pretty much over, and unfortunately that didn't happen because of decisions that other people have made. So now I have to, at least this video is only to inform you. Write down. It's only to inform you. It's not to, air out someone else's dirty laundry. It's not to, it's just to be informative. Unfortunately, when you're on YouTube and things like this in your life happen, you don't have to come on here and make a deal out of it, but I feel like it's respectful just to let you guys know what's going on, since now people are aware of this. And I knew if I announced it here, I would get a lot of questions. That's why I went to Instagram, had everyone send in questions. There's floods of questions. A lot of them are all the exact same questions. So I'm just going to jump into this video, and this is the only video that I want to be on here talking about it. Obviously, I'm going through a really, really rough time. I mean, I'm doing better now. I've had a few months to, just because I announced it 2 weeks ago does not mean that's when the decision was made. So I've had time, and if I seem disconnected at all, it's because I've already had some time, and I just want to get through this to inform you guys so that you guys know at least just a little bit of what's going on in my life right now. And I hope that after this video is out, I can return back to normal here on YouTube. Okay, the first question is, how long were we married for? We're still legally married. By the time our divorce goes through and it's final, we will have been married for a little over 7 years. The next question is, when did I know regarding the divorce? How did I feel like this? Prayer one time. I just laid it out. It's been, y'all, it's been a long road. It's been a really long road. And I just said, I just knew. The next question is will this affect my school and career plans? I don't think so. I'm on the right track that I'm on right now. I won't know until later on down the line, I guess, depending on, how fast things happen, what happens. As of right now, no, it shouldn't affect anything at all. Big question here. A lot of people ask this question. Everyone wanted to know the answer to this question. Do I still plan on moving back to Iowa eventually, or do I plan on staying in Alabama? I don't know the answer to that question. There's a large part of me that feels like school and all this happened for a reason, and I ended up back here for a reason. If I know that if I stay here, though, that means that I have the kids with me and that they wouldn't see their dad. I don't want to purposely try to keep my kids away from their dad. That's just not the kind of person that I am. But I don't know what it's going to be like. I don't know if it would even make sense for me to move back to Iowa, where I don't have my family and I have zero support there. I mean, at this point, Brian and I are civil with each other, but that is so volatile. It changes day to day, so I never know what I'm going to get. I want to do what's right, but I also want to do what makes the most sense and what's best overall. And Brian has the ability to travel back and forth. He works a week on, a week off at work. So he gets weeks off all the time on a rotating schedule. And so I don't know what I'm gonna do. Once I graduate, once I get closer to that time, we'll see how things are. It's still a possibility. It absolutely is a possibility still. But I just don't have an answer to that question. The next question is, what will we do with our last embryo? We did IVF to have our twins, and we had one embryo left. And we talked about this in detail, and we have decided that we were going to donate that embryo to another family. We didn't feel comfortable donating it to science, and we didn't believe in morally destroying it, so we're going to donate it. The next question is, will I still get to see Paige? If you're new, Paige is my stepdaughter. As of right now, yes. We still text, we FaceTime. I mean, I'm lucky because Brian and I have kids together that Paige will always be a part of their life. However, I do know that technically once we're divorced, Brian and her mom could say, we don't want Anna talking to her. I don't think that's going to happen. I honestly don't think that's going to happen, but it could happen. And so, of course, in my mind, it's always like in the very back and part of my mind, and I would be devastated if that happened. I would be devastated if that happened. But as of right now, we still text. I'm still going to be going to Iowa, spend time with her. That's not going to change. That's not going to change at all right now. The next person said, you mentioned in the past your dream career is in Iowa. Yes. The job that I want, that I actually went to nursing school for, that I'm in nursing school for right now, is in Iowa. It's not a possibility to do that job here. They don't have the market for it here. That's a big part of the reason why I'd love to move back to Iowa. Not only would the kids get their dad, but that job would be there. Again, I don't know what it's going to look like though. It's really important that I have family. And my biological dad, you guys know he lives in Iowa, but he's now moving back to Alabama to be here around me. So I don't know what the future holds at that point. The next question is, do you have some solid friends that are there for you and Brian? Brian has his, the guys in his unit, you know, he has his family backing him 100%. That's great. I'm glad that he has that. I have my family here, and at the same, I'm just going to be honest. Ugh. At the same time that my marriage ended and had been ending and was over, I moved back to Alabama. I also lost my best friend at the same time that it happened. So I lost kind of both of them at the exact same time. I don't know if any of you guys have ever lost a best friend, but that shit hurts. It hurts. Before I get any further, please don't think that it's connected. They weren't like having an affair or anything with each other. But outside circumstances actually pretty much took our friendship and threw it out at the same, like right after this happened. She actually was there through a lot of the process in the beginning, and then some outside things happened, and it hurts. It hurts. So I don't have the one person that I would have loved to have right now. I don't have her, but I do have my family and my sister. So I do have, you know, that support. But I wasn't gonna cry in this video. Okay. The next person asked, and this is kind of offensive, but were you genuinely sad when Brian left for his deployment? Of course I was genuinely sad. I'm not on here to make movies and like fiction. I was devastated. It's sad, you know. It's sad that not only him, but the rest of his unit, all the units over there are away from their families, their loved ones, their normal lives. I was very sad for my kids. But what you guys didn't know at that time is that there was a lot more going on behind the scenes than you realized. And there was a lot more to those tears than just he's leaving. There was a lot more going on. And yes, I was devastated, mostly for my kids. I'm sad that the kids don't have their dad. I think it's terrible. I also think it's sad that I have always felt like the people deployed have it harder than people back home because they're the ones taken out of their everyday lives. They're the ones missing out on everything. We're lucky that we get to be here with our kids and experience things. A lot of people ask this question. They asked, is the reason why you moved because of the divorce, or was it really for school at first? It was really for school. We decided on me coming here, I think, early July. So it's been quite a while since we decided that. I don't want to get into specifics because I don't want to accidentally say too much, but it was after that. It was after that. So I was already coming here, and I think that it happened for a reason. I'm just going to put it that way. I think that this happened for a reason. The next person asked if this was mutual. It is now. It is now. I just want to say to those of you who wrote in here, I have a lot of these that say that you're going through it as well. You're in the middle of it as well. I just want to say that I'm sorry that you're going through this as well. It's not easy, and it's not easy. And I'm really sorry that a lot of you guys are going through the same thing that I'm going through. The next person asked, is this divorce process going to be difficult with him not being in the States right now? It's not going to be difficult because it just delays it. So if anything, the deployment just delayed the process. It has nothing to do with the divorce itself. Someone asked if we got divorced because he deployed. No, that's not even close, but it does delay the process, in case you guys were wondering. Someone asked me this question, and I really had to think about this if I wanted to answer it or not. They said, do you feel like you lied to your subscribers and followers? Yes. Yeah, I do feel like that, because when I knew, I just wanted everything to appear normal. I also wanted everything to be private, and I wanted it to kind of trickle down where it just kind of fluidly transitioned over the course of a few months, not overnight like it has happened. And I mean, I'm guilty of being one of the people that just only shares the highlights. Yes, I'm guilty of that, because it's embarrassing and it's sad and it's vulnerable to open yourself up and share all this information. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry for that. And I mean, I think it's just a force of habit when you're on social media that you make things appear better than they actually are. And I mean, it really bit me right in the butt. Like, for sure, I've learned my lesson. Okay, the last question that I'm going to answer is what everyone wants to know. And I'm going to be as delicate as possible because I have to. This is a hard one to get through. For obvious reasons, I can't make a list and like slap it up to you guys and write it across the screen. The only thing that I'm going to say about it, I just want to say this. If I could come out and just spell it out for you guys and say it, not one person would disagree with my decision. Even the Karens of the world marching in telling me to work on it, even the trolls saying stuff. If you guys knew the truth, every one of you would be supportive of my decision, and that, I just want to leave it at that. And I love Brian to death. I always will. He's a good dad to the kids. I want to make that very apparent. He's a good dad to the kids, and I'm going to leave it at that. That's it. That's all I want to say about it. So with that being said, I want to end the video here. Thank you guys for the support. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate all of you guys, and I'll be back to YouTube soon.